I just love these verses. Oh. My Lord, the nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those who are aggrieved in this material world. See, kind of finally, everybody is aggrieved, but how aggrieved are you? Do you still have faith in all this bullshit? That's why it says Krishna, one of his qualities, and the Guru, is the protector and enlivener of the helpless and the hopeless. You know, as Christians, they go, when they're preaching, often they go to the dregs and they go, hey man, are you fed up? Do you want a way out? And finally, sometimes people, yes, is there any hope for me? Yeah. And we're here in the Vaishnava sector for those who are, really, just finally like, okay, I think I don't believe in this anymore. I don't believe in these ISKCON gurus going to deliver me. I mean, to be honest, and I don't believe all this speculation with the Narayan Raj saying, well, it sounds really good, but where is this ecstatic devotion, man? Why do I just see a bunch of pride going big, and all that? Where is there, when your heart is calling like that, Krishna will lead you. As I say, it's always an F, because you don't know when this is available. Okay? So, and you need the living presence to interact with you, help you through all these things. Yeah. So, and that's what hopefully we pass on our disciplic line here, where people will continue this on. Some young people will come and see the value of this and continue going to the end, to where you start to experience what they're talking about, the joy of the Lord like this. Pass it on, even in the midst of this Kali Yuga. And anybody I talk about, by the way, it's only to help them. And because this consciousness, nobody could do this. This is a special dispensation to do this, only so that we can preach this. Otherwise it cannot be preached in any of those societies I mentioned. So it's just, what will you give? I mean, it's really practical. They say, you got to give up everything for Vrindavan. It really is true, man. I mean, you don't have to give up material things. You can have them. But will you give up the wrong paths to it? Will you give up where there's people, devotees caught up in Kalya, and also the authorities caught up in Kalya and Putana and all of these obstacles still? Because they're only they can't fully enjoy it. So, so that, because literally, if you want Vrindavan is a rare thing. And so this is an opportunity. That's why I'm going all out, to help people get a real taste for it. Everybody's been trying, but proof is in the pudding. It's just like when Jesus said, I am the true vine. He was it to get into some level of the kingdom, And it's the same here, man. You can't get in through the obstacle. Yeah, and bottom line, you have to say, well, hey, if you're any better authority out there on doing this, where's your ecstatic love in you and in others? My proof that whatever I'm doing is right. My Lord, the nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those who are always aggrieved in this material world. Yeah, so that's the idea, man. The proof is, even though the devotee's opinion is different than everybody else's, hey man, those everybody else, are they really experiencing Vrindavan love? And proving it, not just, oh yeah, look, I look like, Putana looked like she was a devotee. I got fooled by Putanas coming here, caught up in that. They appear like that. But, after a while, you see, they don't have the full understanding of Vrindavan. They don't have the knowledge. They're all going to be chasing it or speculating on it. So that's the proof is, and that's what Jesus did. Nobody could confirm him either. He said the same thing. Oh, well, he said they all hit him on this. Well, who confirms your real life? He says there's two. There's the Son and there's the Father. And then you don't believe that, the Word, because if you do believe it, you're going to get, saved, liberated to the next level. Well, you don't believe that? Look at the works. Those who are believing, look at what's happening for them. And at that time, that was the miracle, was, healings and all that. Our miracle is what the Lord did. Lord didn't depend on miracle. It was all, hey man, this is the miracle I'm going to do, ecstatic devotion. It's going to awaken in people who believe what I'm doing. And preaching and all that. Our association of me and my devotees. See, they're going to get the miracle ecstatic love, and that's a permanent thing. These other things are, even Paul said, I don't have this ecstatic love. All these healings and prophecies and all that, what is that? Making jewels, people are all this woo-woo stuff and sparkles in there, who knows, some are planting these jewels around, they get all motivation, man. But this ecstatic love is perfect, man. It's pure, it's wonderful, and it's all in these devotional scriptures written by pure devotees, and Prabhupada did such a nice job in presenting this. See? Real wealth is here. And that's the proof. I've done that. You could say, well, you see, he's a critic, criticized Narayan Raj, criticized ISKCON, the gurus and all of them, Radhanath, all of them. Hey man, bottom line is, what is my intention? Well, it even says, chapter 23 in Madhya-līlā, and those who have ecstatic love, pure, unalloyed love of God, not even the greatest scholars can understand their mind, their intentions, their ideas, or anything, their emotional state. You just got to be humble enough or intelligent enough to accept that. If you think you're like a Mr. Wolf guy, he said, oh, now I understand Srila Gaurahari Dasa. Oh, now I understand. Now this is my speculation here. He's doing this because I'm so stupid. So smart. Had a big laugh this morning. This guy's trying to figure out a devotee who he just blasphemes, criticizes all that. And the sad thing about that, if there's any sadness, is people believe these guys. People believe, oh, really, that's Gauri. Yeah, you're such an authority, Mr. Wolf in sheep's clothing. See, he's a Gaur Govinda Maharaj that never learned much. See? Because he didn't teach much that way. He just showed, taught the essence, and everybody was still, they need help, man. I looked at the people around Gaur Govinda, they were so mundane, man. Just really they were in like a Vaidhi ISKCON thing. And that's why Gaur Govinda, we all know that he prayed, he said, take me back out of this stuff. He's around where's his association? Get me out of here, man. He had the authorities giving him problems. Then he's got all these mundane, devotees. They weren't awakened. I looked at it. You could look at these guys around it. They look just like these guys. What's going on? What's going on? Maybe a few got something, but, it's still a work in progress here. So, these narrations are brought... Okay. So these, I read it again. My Lord, these nectar of your words. See, the nectar of your words. The only hope of tasting that nectar is through a devotee, who simultaneously is tasting that nectar, loves that nectar, and you get it that way by faith in that devotee, submission to that devotee. You get the vibration of it, and then you start vibrating at that level, can do the same thing. Otherwise, there's no other path to this. Oh, you're going to do it by what they teach, the ones who are not the real authorities? Oh yeah, just do your authorities. Yeah, just keep chanting 1 lakh of Hare Krishna, and you'll attain Krishna that way. No, you attain Krishna the way it's taught in the real book, man. Very simple. You find a devotee absorbed in the mellows of devotion, and you submissively and assert. You come to the point. You can't even do it artificially. You got to hear enough from them. Your heart just says, man, this is the place. I am going to surrendered and submissive to hearing there, because this is the real path. I'm convinced it's taught in the book, man, and this guy is nicely presenting it, and I'm just going to follow this path. You do that, man, then you vibrate right up there to that platform, man. Why do you think you're supposed to hear the mantra from such a person? You know, my ex-wife left here saying, well, you never initiate. I initiate people every day, man. There's so much spiritual power here. Every day you see the chanting. Where do you see any guru chanting in ecstasy in your ear the holy name, crying and laughing and all kinds of stuff? You don't think that's initiation? You're hearing the mantra from, you think I'm doing this for nothing? I was also wondering, Lord, what am I doing this for? Now I see, thank you. See, the Lord protects His own. He shows me in the moment why I'm doing stuff. Sometimes I'll go for years and not quite sure. And then I'll say, this is why you're doing this. See? I'm on a need-to-know basis. Who wants to carry all this knowledge around what you're doing, all-knowing stuff? When I need to know it, the Lord... Oh, there we go. He plops it right down and there we go. Instant access, man, just when you need it, man. When a Putana shows up, you know, Putana doesn't get it, but we get it, and whoever's listening, you know, has the qualities of submissive and surrenderedness, oh, thank you very much, and then they can see. They see what the person's caught up in, and then the person's caught up in it can't see because they've never been really submissive, surrendered yet. You notice that quality? Because that's the path. Okay? So that's why I keep saying, hey man, you can't do it artificially, but keep hearing, keep coming, and you'll see that what's going on here is better than anything else, is more fulfilling than anything else. So when you start to feel that this is your life and soul, you start saying, wow, I'm coming on the same page as Lord Chaitanya. I'm getting life from these books. Oh, it says, all glories to those who this book is their life and soul. Yeah, when you get enlivened talking about Krishna, well, you're enlivening the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it's just reflecting on you, because now you're learning what is a real servant. You're becoming a confidential servant of the Lord. You'll know how to please the Lord. Nobody else does. Pleasing the Lord doesn't mean hanging out with speculators or the putanas. You know? See, people, they might go over to the putanas and see, realization came today, and they think, well, you know, she's getting really, you know, she's crying a lot, man, and she's saying, oh, Jesus is saying, Prabhupada's saying, he's, oh, you know, maybe she's like Gaurahari. Oh yeah, maybe she's like Amaji. You know, Amaji didn't accept a guru. She accepts respect. Well, I think, you know, Krishna's like this and all that. And you look at her philosophy, and she's got a lot of followers. You know, Guru Aparad and Vaishnava Aparad, Nam Aparad, you know what you get? Wealth and followers. Yeah. So don't be thinking, well, look at all, you know, this. Okay? Because that's what you get. And you can have, like, she shakes, you know, Amaji shakes and cries, and, you know, all this, and people got a lot of followers, man. But was she preaching pious activities? I mean, I analyze all these things, because I want to know, and I want to say, hey, what is going on there? See? We're lucky because we have a parampara, and Prabhupada came to say, hey man, you're understanding things correctly, obviously. You're doing what I want you to do. You keep doing this. You're online. You're on the bead, man. Okay. She doesn't know about Lord. I mean, she might know about Lord, but I'm sure I never heard her say anything about Lord Chaitanya and his importance and what he taught. See, she don't think she needed, man. She don't need no guru, but she can get a lot of followers, and she does pious things in the world. You know, just like Radhanath, he goes around, and you know, he's in Europe. They put him, wow, this guy is great. He's wonderful. The whole world thinking, yeah, you know, I've seen the thing. He's a big lecture, and people in suits, they're all listening. This guy's nice, humble, all that. But is that enough to please Lord Chaitanya? Well, we have examples right there in the book, and I show you it's not enough, man. Who can show you that it's not enough? Who can show you, like Paul, that these things are filthy rags in front of the Lord? The Lord demonstrated, hey man, Devananda Pandit, you're like a Radhanath, man. Or like a Narayan Raj, you're like that, man, but I ain't pleased with that. Look at this, you threw a ecstatic devotee out of your class. See? And, you know, lo and behold, Gaurahari is here. And they did, those guys in real time, with those qualities, did the same thing here, and they're respected by millions. So don't think that it's so easy to understand the mind of Lord Chaitanya. Please, it's all in the book, but who can understand it? That's the king of the hill. See, the real one who can understand these things and point them out, and point out where these gurus are stuck. Who can do that? Only genuine, unalloyed love, and not unalloyed bullshit can do that. Devananda Pandit was chastised. He was like these guys. Perfect Brahmin man, studied the Vedas, had a student teaching about Krishna, 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 whatever they did, Krishna. He said, teaching about Krishna, Bhagavatam, all that, a lot of students coming. And the Lord said, let me rip up his book, man. He threw a devotee out of my class, out of his class. What kind? You have no understanding of what pleases me. I ain't pleased with that. You threw a devotee. All of a sudden you're considered demoniac. You don't like Krishna. You don't like bhakti. You don't like devotees crying. Well, I do. They're giving me the highest pleasure. You're an outsider, man. Did that. Oh, matter of fact, let me rip up your Bhagavatam. That's how I don't want you to teach it. Yeah, I'm telling you what the Lord did. Okay? If you don't have a person telling you this, how are you going to know it? You think any of those persons I mentioned can ever tell you anything? No, they're caught up in the obstacles. They did exactly that to this guy here, this fool here. They stole. Narayana stole like a thief, stole 2 of my disciples. That Prabhupada said, these are yours. And that's okay because they were like not very good mentality anyway. They were slated it, but still, you got to understand. And Radhanath misled one of them and said, oh, Gaurahari is not in the disciplic line. Go away. Go to Narayana Raj. I heard it with my own. I'm right there with the disciple. With my own ears heard this. So do I think they're anything? Oh, they can preach against my preaching, but I can't do anything. Well, I do things, and I do it with the book. Buy the book and show you clearly in the book people who do that stuff are not pleasing Lord Chaitanya. Because Prabhupada came and said, you are my representative of the line. And I'm proving it here by this ecstatic, Krishna is proving it by awakening ecstatic devotion in others. From this preaching who believe it, who are sacrificing everything for Vrindavan, sacrificing, believing in Bhutanas, in Kalya lakes, who are drinking these lakes of poison, all in the name of Krishna, and all these superficial ceremonial devotees who are into the fluff and the flapping flags there. The everything, so you can taste the nectar that I taste, man. That the Lord tasted. That's the real line, is taste this nectar, man. But you can't taste it when you're poisoned. All you can taste is the nectar, so-called nectar of speculation, man. Speculating, I know so much about Krishna. Boy, I'm Krishna conscious. Ooh, I don't like Gaurahari. No, you think any Narayana Raj devotees like mine? No, hey, my lips curl when they hear him. Yeah, ISKCON devotees, most of them, nah. Yeah. Well, hey, man, we're reaching into those sanghas. If there's any intelligent person who really wants to sacrifice everything for Vrindavan, you can come here. Otherwise, that'll you just stay like that, and your lips will curl at my preaching, man. I don't care. Man, I love preaching the truth, man. I love preaching what Lord Chaitanya was and did. That is my only pride and joy, is to preach what actually the Lord taught here. I don't care how unpopular it is. That is my pleasure, man, is to reveal what has never been revealed in 500 years. My happiness. Instead of getting her laughing, I got her crying now. What's going on here?
Because everything you said is so true. It's my own experience also. It just blows my mind. Oh my Krishna. Oh, Krishna. That was such a new experience. Oh, Lord Chaitanya. Krishna.
Where do you hear preaching like this? Huh? Come on, man. This is like, I'm sitting here like, whoa, man, what are you... Boy, it sounds like the epitome of arrogance has reappeared here.
Oh, Lord Chaitanya. It's just so true because I experienced so much of that. Oh, Krishna. Those who can't believe, don't believe, you are missing Krishna. You're missing why Lord Chaitanya came here.
Well, we don't want anybody to miss. That's why we're like this. We gotta get them. I tell you, this is the happiness of real devotees, is the truth, because that's the only limb in this world, is the truth. And that's the only thing that'll set people free. Jesus taught. And the same thing, in this world, the path is to remember Krishna and remind others of Krishna. But that includes the whole ball of wax. It's not just Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. See, people doing Radhe, 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 and they don't even know Guru Tattva yet. They don't know the basics of how to do that in the right association, so you get the Radhe tears, the devotional tears and all that. You gotta learn the whole scope of devotional service, man. And Guru Tattva is the basic one. And people don't know what is a real Guru. They don't know who Prabhupada is. If they did, they know what I'm preaching here. Because the same Krishna came through there as he's coming through here, man. Is that I know it's not very humble of me to tell you the truth, but it's the truth. I see that. Why should you? What do I play games, man? Pretend or something? It's the truth. I mean, I analyze myself, what's coming through here. I look, hey man, is this by the book or not? If not, I'll throw myself off the seat, man. Throw my fat ass off the cliff. How dare I preach like this? And take devotee. I mean, I would be a fucking hypocrite, man, to take disciples and all that and mislead them into the darkness. Man, I ain't like that. If I didn't really believe, not only believe, I was convinced that I can take them back home to Godhead, I wouldn't be doing this job. Seems to be a convinced Prabhupada. He says, hey man, you do what I want you to do. You do more of that. You have my authority. Okay? Krishna also, hey man, anybody believes I know you're going to be tough to handle, man. Very tough to believe. And, but whoever does, they're going to get the prize. Me. You're going to force them to let go of everything if they want me. All your cherished speculations. Well, I guess this was worth staying up for. I gotta admit, man. You guys are very intelligent. Oh, because I got enough sleep last night.